Hi, my name is Ashley Woodall, and I'm taking this class to earn my autism credential at UMass Global. And I'm going to talk about the EBT I'm going to use to address a student's behavior and communication in my autism class. I teach high school for students in grades 9 through 12. So the student that I'll be focusing on had an FBA that identified the behavior of elopement. And for that behavior, we're going to address it using multiple strategies. One is including social stories. So for the social story that I'll use, we're going to introduce it in the classroom and read it proactively and then remind the student when any attempt of elopement is made to use the social story to revisit that and talk about the concerns surrounding elopement and how you can appropriately request to leave the environment. And for this student, it's a strategy that we're going to use multiple evidence-based practices to support the behavior. The one we're going to focus on is the social story, but we'll also use reinforcement, prompting, and his communication device, and PECS icons as well that will be on his desk as just a visual reminder. So for the social story, we've noticed that he will elope to get to a preferred environment. So he's eloping from any environment. It can be a reinforcing environment. It can be during a reinforcing time, while like his time on the computer, his time on iPad, and he can be eloping to go to the bathroom. He can be eloping to go to the sensory room. He can be eloping to go take a break, or he can be eloping to run. So we're going to proactively teach communication and kind of teach him to request different things. When he makes any verbal request, we will immediately honor it and honor the request and allow the immediate escape from the whatever it is that we're doing, at least in the first part of the teaching phase for teaching the communication and reinforcing the social story that we will be using. So the social story that I've created talks about what elopement is and then how to safely do it. So then there's some yes or no questions at the end of the social story to support the student with comprehension strategies. Really, most of the goal work that we're working on with this student at this point is all functional. So he's working on, yes, activities of daily living, but he is also working heavily on communication because in his, he's a senior, so in his ongoing future years that are going to begin very shortly, he's going to need communication more than ever as he begins to work with people who don't know him, as he has to transition to the adult school and build new relationships and encounter and be around people, adults, peers who can't anticipate his needs. So I can anticipate that that's going to be incredibly frustrating for him as he has to learn a new environment. He won't be able to just elope and go to the bathroom, and for the adults to just know that, oh, he needs the bathroom. So if we can teach the communication strategy with the use of the social story, he will have learned a really great skill that can take him further. So I'll be uploading the social story very shortly so that can also be looked at and observed so that we can see that. I'll also be using, like I said, a reinforcement system. So every single time, yes, we will be honoring any communication that's put out there. So if he's in the middle of a work task, I need to go to the bathroom, he's going to immediately have access to the bathroom. And yes, we will anticipate to see that the escape is hopefully going going to increase significantly as he begins to unlock this world of communication and make requests, but that's okay because we can really heavily reinforce that. And then hopefully in later phases down the road, we can say, okay, well, first we're going to finish this work task and then we can do whatever it is that he needs, whether he needs a sensory break or just a break from the environment or whatever it is. We can go back to the first then board and really prompt for task completion, whatever that may be, or let him know a future time when that can come. One tool that we have, one resource that we have that is significant in order to really work through the first stage is that he does have a one-on-one aide that's working with him all day. So that aide will be able to immediately respond to any attempt at communicating or support him in communicating what she knows that he wants, so that if he appears to need the bathroom, she can remind him, she can point to the visual choice that he can make, or she can instruct him. He is verbal, but he also is trialing a communication device per parent request. So we will be using multiple strategies. So whichever strategy he chooses to communicate will be honored. So that's what we'll be doing, and I hope to see significant improvement. Right now we have some baseline data that says that this is definitely something that needs to be done, and evidence-based practice needs to be implemented, or multiple evidence-based practices need to be implemented that work together, and hopefully we'll see some success. Thank you.